collar, white collar, black professors, white scholars, politicians, Dalai Lamas. Everybody in the whole wide world need hope if I be honest. I'm in that number.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown. See that guy right there? He's one of the most disgusting politicians on the face of this earth. He's a punk politician, a Republican, and dressed in blue. That's all he is. That's right. Joe Manchin is a man who will do anything to get his mansion. Joe Manchin, scared that Paula Jean Swearigan is going to spank that behind, runs this campaign ad. Watch this.
In the Farmington No. 9 mine explosion, I lost an uncle, I lost a neighbor, I lost guys I played ball with. This is real for me. As West Virginians, we've all faced hardships, but we help each other. People here have been screwed by both political parties. Yes, Washington sucks, but West Virginians don't give up, and I will never give up trying to make it better. For me, it's always about West Virginia. That will never change. I'm Joe Manchin, and I approve this ad.
So as you can see, no policy. No, this is what I'm going to do for my fellow West Virginians. You do understand West Virginia went for Trump. Heavily for Trump. West Virginia could have went for Bernie Sanders if the DNC wouldn't have screwed him. Now, whether he was part of the screw job or not, the point is, let me tell you something. A lot of people say Bernie Sanders was part of this thing. Whether he was part of it or not, they did not expect Bernie Sanders to do that freaking good. The Democratic Party is scared of Bernie Sanders. He's a team player, but they fear that he's going to not be a team player, turn his back on them, and become their worst nightmare. So they don't believe he's all in. He knows he's all in, but they don't believe he's all in. And the reason they don't believe he's all in because he constantly shoot back at him, shoot back at the party, shoot back at and well enough alone. But he's still an independent senator. He is still not a registered Democrat, but he is going to run again on the Democrat 2020 position. Problem is, he never addressed it, election fraud, and nobody can trust him to shake a stick because of that part right there. He did not address election fraud. He did not partner with people who are addressing election fraud. Matter of fact, he shunned them and told them I'm trying to become president. Shh, don't tell nobody. How did I get off on him? Oh, they went heavily for Bernie Sanders, way over Hillary Clinton. So Hillary Clinton was not going to win the vote over Trump. I don't care if Bernie could have went out there and preached for her and kissed her butt and sucked her toes. Ew, what did I just say? He could have did all that and it still wouldn't have got her elected. Because then people didn't buy a party. They bought Bernie Sanders. You better get this in your head, Democratic Party, and wake up, or you're going to have Trump for another to 2024. I ain't going to be here, man. I got friends in Canada. I'm out. I'm out, baby. You got to deal with this mess for the next 4 years because you and your crooked ways, Democratic Party. Now back to this mess, Joe Manchin. It's friends like this. You don't need enemies, man. He is not your friend. Democrats, he is not your friends. Republican, he is not your friends. West Virginia, he is not your friend. And he's scared that the coal miner's granddaughter is going to be sticking coal up his behind because he's scared. Talking about he know West Virginia, but he offered no concrete policies to help them out. Sure, he's done some great things for miners. But it's what are you going to continue to do? Are you going to push for health care so those miners don't have to come out of their pocket to pay for their health care? I can go on and on and on. Joe Manchin is crazy. Politician, Republican to the core. All right, this is from 538. I don't do well with screenshots. I gotta learn that. My man Jamal, Tim Black, a hard bastard. All these guys are good with this. They are Holly Seagrass. I'm sorry, Holly. I messed my own name up. I'm just a little southern boy from Bradenton, Florida. All right. But they know how to do the screenshot. I'm not good at that, so I'm just going to read it. Joe Manchin, Democratic Senator from West Virginia, has voted 60% with Donald Trump, resisting my black behind. 60%. Ain't much resisting. He has shared the vote in 2016 election of West Virginia minus the Clintons. They predict that Joe Manchin is expected to support Trump based on Trump 2016 by a margin of 93.1%. They believe that he's going to continue to vote on Trump's level, almost 93.1%. That's the prediction of the people, that he's going to vote alongside with Trump. Let's talk about Joe Manchin's bipartisan support. I wouldn't even call it bipartisan support. Let's talk about Joe Manchin kissing Donald Trump's behind. That's what it is. Kissing his behind because he may need Donald Trump for support, or he may have to toe right in the middle line, thinking that all West Virginians, since they voted for Trump because he's a Republican and his Republican policies. No, they voted for Trump because they didn't want to deal with Hillary Clinton's side behind, because she wasn't going to do jack for him in the first place. Matter of fact, she's mentioned that she's going to take coal and all that kind of stuff away from them. Then talk about replacing it like Jill Stein or Bernie Sanders. Just talk about we're going to take coal. April 18th, repeal of guidance meant to protect borrowers from discriminatory markups on auto loan. Guess what? He supported that. I'm going to go backwards. March 23rd, 2018 fiscal year appropriation bill. Voted for it. Right along with Trump. March 14th, rolling back some bank regulations put in place by Dodd-Frank. Trump position of it. Trump supported. Guess what? Joe Manchin. Voted for it. White House immigration proposal. Voted for it. This dude, man, this dude is not a Democrat. He's not a lefty. 2-year budget bill. Voted for it. Department of Defense Appropriation Act. In other words, taking your money, my money, the people money that we can use for health care, the money we can use for a low to no cost education to get us to that level where we can, excel because of our thinking and things like that. He voted for it, supported it. Banning abortions after 20-week pregnancy. Voted for it. I probably would have voted for that. 20 weeks, that's a lot. Nomination of Alex Azar to Secretary of Health and Human Services. Supported it. Right along with Trump. Extension of government funding for 3 weeks, ending the shutdown. Instead of fighting for those DACA people. See, but he supported it. Extension of government funding for 4 weeks. Supported it. Joe Manchin. Extension of overhauling the tax code. The final version. He didn't support that. But believe me, he's going to benefit from it. Extension of government funding for 2 weeks. He voted for it. Nomination of Kirstjen Nielsen to be Secretary of Homeland Security. He supported it. Disaster relief for Puerto Rico and other areas. Trump supported it. Of course, Joe Manchin is going to support that. Fiscal year 2018 budget resolution. He didn't support it. Raising the debt limit. Extending government funding. Hurricane Harvey release. He supported it. Nomination of Christopher A. Wray to be director of the FBI. He supported it. Imposing sanction on Russia, Iran, and North Korea. Trump didn't support it. Joe Manchin did. Kudos on Trump on that one. Imposing sanctions on Russia. Trump said he wasn't going to do it. Joe Manchin voted for it. Nomination of Robert Lightner to United States Trade Representative. Voted for it. 2017 fiscal year appropriation bill. Voted for it. Nomination of Alexander Acosta, voted for it. Secretary of Agriculture, Sonny Perdue, voted for it. Nomination of Neil Gorsuch, voted for it. I can go on and on and on and on and on. Nomination Daniel Coates, voted for it. Repeal the Department of Education rule on teacher preparation program. He voted for it. Oh, man. Nomination Rick Perry, the Secretary of State. I should have slapped him for that. He voted for it. Nomination Ben Cardin, another slap, maybe a foot in the behind. He voted for it. He voted the repeal of a rule requiring Social Security Administration to submit information to the National Background Checking System. He voted for it. He voted for Linda McMahon, former WWE president, to be our small business administrator. He also voted for David J. Shokin, Secretary of Veterans Affairs. He voted for Steve Manchin, of all people, crooked politician, the crooked leader. I can go on and on. Jeff Sessions, all these most of them bad decisions. I can go on and on. I'm getting tired. I'm tired. I want to keep saying. Repeal the Stream Protection Rule. Rex Tillerson, Elaine L. Chao, Nikki Haley. He voted for that. Mike Pompeo, to be the director of CIA, who's about to become our Secretary of State. John Kelly. I can go on and on, man. This dude voted 60% time with Trump. So why am I going through all this? I'm telling you, you guys gotta stop voting on people's name and popularity and these D's and these R's and these A, B, C, D, E, F, G's. You gotta vote on people's record. You gotta take a look at their record. How you vote before and how you vote now, to me, determines what you're going to do in the future. This is not the man vote for. If he's siding with Trump on majority of his policies, he is not a Democrat. He is not a progressive. He is not for the people. He's for the government. Trump is always going to boast the government of the people. Mainly businesses above regular, normal people, working class, things like that. So Joe Manchin is really working hard to get his mansion. The DNC committee in whole is a cricket organization. The individuals themselves, a lot of them crooked. A lot of them. Some are really out there trying to work for the people. And I would love for them to go independent, but that's their choice. If they feel like they want to recapture their party, fine. I ain't got nothing. I don't think nothing wrong with that. But let me put it this way. I would rather have a person that goes by the policy of $15 an hour, living on minimum wage, living wage, a maximum wage, healthcare, stuff like that. I'll support them. I don't care whether they're D, R, or I. It doesn't matter. I'm not even going to ask you what party you're in. I'm just going to ask you what you're going to legislate. Joe Manchin, net worth. Though not a super wealthy man like a lot of other politicians in the 200 millions and things like that, Joe Manchin is worth $7.89 million. That ain't no chump change. $7.89 million. So you don't think the tax cuts will benefit him? All right, I'm done with this session. Joe Manchin, the man who is trying to get his mansion. I wouldn't vote for him if it saved my life. I will vote for Paula Jean Swearengin. He's a Republican. He is a Republican through and through. Joe Manchin is a Republican. Don't you dare forget it. He's not a Democrat. He's not a lefty. He's not even a liberal, and he's definitely not progressive. Now, please stop lumping liberal with progressive. They're not the same thing. And Joe Manchin is working hard to retire in his mansion. Look at his mansion. This is Joe Manchin house in Charleston, West Virginia. Not no little house. He has a big house. And he's worth $8 million. And he's going to vote with Trump most of the time because it's to his best interest. Forget about the best interest of West Virginians, like he said in that video. The only thing he's interested in is and making the corporations and kissing up to Trump because you need those votes to stay in office. He is scared of leaving office because this is his bread and butter. But look, Joe Manchin, it's okay. Once Paula Jean Swearengin get your behind out of office and media, you ain't gonna fool nobody just because you don't have her on the polls or nothing like that. Don't mean nothing. We know the truth. We're going out and vote for her. If she spanked that behind, when she spanked that behind, you going home. But don't worry, you kissed up to the corporate class so much they'll give you a job on a board like the rest of these turkey politicians who get out of office. They just want to get in there and coast. And if you, for some reason, vote them out, they got a cushion. They got 4 or 5 boards that's going to pay them $200,000 a year that they can always rely on. And $200,000 a year on 5 boards is $1 million a year just to be on these boards. And you ain't got to be there every day. Come in periodically, once every 90 days, fly in, eat, you know, we have a 15, 20-minute meeting. Then we go out and have fun, get some prostitutes, get drunk, maybe get high, you know. And then after that, you get in your plane, go back to your family as if nothing happened. All right, I'm done. Don't trust this guy, Joe Manchin. He's a snake. Hey, if you like the content, please like it, share it through all the social media platforms. If you have not subscribed, make sure you stop me right now and subscribe. Don't just subscribe, but hit the notification bell like that, a little bell. You gotta click that. That'll let you know when I'm dropping a video. Whoop, there it is. And by all means, if you want to support through Patreon, I appreciate people who appreciate the program and want to donate to the cause on Bob TV. And I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report.